I've been getting a lot of requests on this one, how to manifest money fast. I know if you're probably watching this video, you need or you want more money ASAP. So stay with me till the end of this video, because everything that I'm going to share with you here is going to transform your life. And because a lot of you guys have been messaging me like, okay, Bia, how do I feel wealthy? How do I feel abundant when my reality doesn't showcase that? How do I feel, relaxed and my vibration, keep my vibration high when I get a bill in the mail and I don't have the money to pay it? So stay with me. And if you haven't done so, make sure you subscribe in this channel to help me grow this amazing community of co-creators. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and comment below if this video was helpful for you. So let's dive right in. First thing you have to understand, you don't manifest what you want. You manifest what you are and what you think is possible for you to manifest. Okay, so let's explain this better. You want more money, right? But you're not going to manifest just because you want more money. You are going to manifest more money when you don't need more money. Because if you need more money, you're probably on the energy of lack, of desperation, of anxiety, of, oh my God, I have another bill. And that causes a lot of stress. And the more stress you have, the lower your vibration gets. And the more time it gets, more separation you get from where you are to where you want to be, more gap you create between what you want, right? Between your manifestation. So whatever you think is possible, for example, I have people that message me like, Bia, I have to manifest $1,000 for my rent till next week. But that person doesn't believe and doesn't think that that's possible. And that person has a lot of anxiety. For that person, she thinks and she believes that she can manifest $1,000 within a month, not within a week. Therefore, the money is not going to show up in her reality because she doesn't think it's possible. Simple like that. Nothing is going to come through from the vibrational world to your physical reality if you don't believe it's possible. So I'm going to share my personal story, right? There was a time in my life where I was vibrating really low. I was with a lot of anger, resentment, you name it. My vibration was the worst that it could be. And with that, my entire life started to spiral down because I was vibrating low. And it's a real thing. So when I say this, guys, that our physical reality is a vibrational match to our vibrational world, it is true. I am testimony for both perspectives, from the best and for the worst. Like when my vibration was the lowest that it could possibly be, and that was my identity for a long time, then my whole entire life went to the bottom rock. So I needed more money desperately. I had bills and more bills coming in the mail. And the more bills that I had, I got to a point where I didn't even like to grab mail in the mailbox because I just didn't want to deal with it, right? I didn't want to deal with the stress of opening a new bill and not having the money to pay it. I don't know if you're watching this video, if you ever got to this point. I hope not, but if you are in this point, then this is a great video because it's going to save you a lot of headache. So I got to that point, and then it got to the point that I didn't have money to pay my credit cards. And it was a lot of, and that created a lot of guilt within myself because I am not the type of person that likes to owe anything to anybody. I like to be, I like to pay my stuff. I don't So that created a lot of guilt, internal conflict. And I was like, that created a lot of stress within myself. And I had an identity crisis because I was like, oh my God, I want to pay this bill, but I don't have the money. But I know I have to vibrate positive. I know I have to be grateful. But how am I grateful if I'm feeling guilty, if I don't have the money and the credit card collectors were calling me, leaving me voice message left and right. My voice message got full. And I was like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? And the more that happened, the more freaked out I got. And money wasn't enough. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get another job. But time was an issue. We know our time is limited. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I was like, I have no way out. And I understand that we create our own reality, but how am I gonna feel wealthy when I have a bill to pay and I don't have the money? And I am feeling pretty freaking shitty right now for not answering the phone calls, for not being able to pay, for not being able to do anything about it. I felt powerless. I felt shitty. I felt so freaking depressed to the point that I locked myself in a room and I was just crying the whole entire day. And I was like, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? And I just prayed and I prayed. And I was like, oh my God, I need some enlightenment. I need something to get me out of this place, right? So what you have to understand that the circumstances that you are going through in your life right now are not the cause, are the effect. In my case, it was the result from my lower vibrational identity. Because as I mentioned, if you watch my videos before, it is okay for you to feel, sad, depressed once in a while, angry about something, but that cannot be your identity. So that was my identity, and that's why my life spiraled down in all aspects, right? And my only solution at the time was bankruptcy. And that was another, I'm not proud to say that at the time when that happened, I was like, I would never share this story with anybody, because till this day, when I think about it, I'm like, I feel so guilty. I feel so ashamed of that. But I had no other option. So I'm being 100% raw and honest with you guys here. I'm not hiding anything, leaving anything, unseen from my life, because I want you guys to understand that now I'm in this point of my life that, everything that I really wanted manifested. And I want you to be able to do the same for your life. And you understand that I am no special. I'm no more like, how I say, more special, more enlightened than any of you guys. I'm just as another human like any of you guys. And we are all co-creators of our own reality. And that's why today too, that's one of my biggest missions, is to share with you guys about this topic, because it is really life-changing. So I went bankruptcy, and as soon as I went bankruptcy, and I had a week of grief, because I had to accept that reality that I went bankruptcy, and I didn't want that to be a chapter of my story. But luckily we can flip the page and we can create a new chapter. So for a week, that was the darkest days for me. I was just like very depressed, and I was like, okay, now I got bankruptcy, so now what? And I was like, now it's done. So I had a lot of internal reframing and looking from different perspectives and trying to let go from that past, close that chapter, and decide that I was going to start a new chapter. So when I started the new chapter, which was pretty much just my identity shifting, my emotional vibrational shift, money started flowing from unexpected sources, to the point that I made 10K. I received randomly from checks that I didn't even remember that I needed to get, from accounts that I didn't even remember. I got the money, and I was like, what the heck? And then everything just went back to normal, but better. Money just kept coming and stayed. What I wanted to understand, that you don't need to get to that point of bankruptcy like I did, because my issue was that I couldn't stop the momentum that I had going. Because once my vibrational identity was low, I knew I had to shift it, but I couldn't shift it, because everything that I was seeing was a proof for me that that was happening. But at the time, I didn't really think that whatever I was experiencing was a projection of my past vibrational state. So if you understand that, okay, now you're receiving the bill, but instead of freaking out, you're going to understand that now is your point of power. And whatever you do now is going to create the next moment. So if you decide to freak out now, if you get anxious now when you get the bill and you're like, okay, they are calling me, I'm anxious, I'm depressed, I'm feeling guilty, then you are creating the next moment. And that momentum is really strong. It's going to be really hard to stop. So in a way, you got to get kind of delusional and start to find appreciation on the smallest little things. You're gonna like feel abundant because you have air to breathe. Feel abundant because you have food to eat. Feel abundant because you have a mattress to sleep at. And in the smallest little things that you can, you're gonna try to apply that. And I know sometimes that doesn't work because whatever you have going on is so strong that you're just like, shit, I can't find appreciation. I'm trying, but it feels fake, right? So one of the best things that you can do is a nighttime. At nighttime, you reset your momentum because you go to sleep, no matter how difficult your day was. That's why it's so wonderful that we can sleep, because we can kind of erase everything. And right before you fall asleep, I want you to be delusional and just visualize money coming in and all your bills are paid off, and repeat that in a loop. And I know sometimes you might have difficulty visualizing, so then you can use the scripting method. You can just grab a book and start writing down, like, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have all my bills paid off, money is flowing into my life, and you're gonna go to sleep. But that has to be the last thing you do when you go to sleep. And when you wake up, instead of picking up your phone, you are just going to align yourself with the mind of the creator, and you're gonna say, like, today I'm gonna see the world as with the eyes of the creator. Everything that I look is gonna be abundant. I'm not gonna stress. I'm not gonna focus on the problem. I know that everything is always unfolding for me. I know that money is always coming from unexpected sources in large sums. I don't have to stress about it. Everything is taken care of, right? Because when you do that, what's going to happen is you start a momentum for your day. Okay. So if you already wake up in the morning, like, shit, I don't have money, like, how I'm going to pay this bill? Like, oh, they're calling me to collect the payment. If you wake up with that vibration, you are going to get your momentum going. You are going to keep yourself in the lack state with the bills, with the no money reality. So we want to break down the momentum. And I'm being really honest with you guys. Like, you can manifest money really fast if you reduce the resistance, if you believe and you think that it is possible. Because like I said, life, what you're seeing in your physical reality is not real. It's just a projection of your vibrational state. So whatever you have going on is going to project in your reality. So if right now, at this moment, reality sucks, just be delusional for a little bit and work on your vibration, and then you just rest assured, because you know the money is going to show up in your reality because you're working on the vibrational state, and that has no other option but to manifest into your reality. So that's why that when you expand your consciousness and you are so sure about how the universal laws works, you start to become more peaceful, because you know it is a rule, it is a law. There is no other way. It's a mirror effect, as within, so without. So if you need money fast, care less about action and care more about alignment. Care more about not really trying to stop the momentum that you have going on, but at nighttime, as you reset the momentum in the morning when you wake up, program yourself to see life as an abundant, program yourself to see everything with peace and trust that everything is always working out for you. And that chapter is not going to be that chapter forever unless you keep on the same vibrational state. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys, because I know a lot of you need money ASAP. And once again, the only way you can make money come into your life ASAP and to stay in your life, most importantly, because that's why I say that I don't like trending methods technique, because you make more money and then next thing you know, you need more money again because you didn't really shift your identity. That's why I recommend you guys to watch my other video here, which is the manifesting money, because over there I explain better about the subconscious mind and about your identity in relation to money. But here I was just trying to explain, if you do really need money ASAP because bills are coming, you have to pay rent, the key is to stop stressing, because the more anxiety, the more pressure you feel, forget about it. You are not, I'm gonna be honest, you're not gonna make that money. You know, you have to relax, trust, believe it's possible, and then it's gonna come. Think about the amount that you need. Okay, I need 1K to pay my rent next month. I'm gonna either visualize the night before I go to sleep, I'm gonna either script right before I go to sleep, and you're gonna feel it. Feeling is the key, is the secret. It outweighs your thoughts, it outweighs everything in your life. Manifestation can happen instantly. It doesn't require time, it doesn't really require action. It's more about your vibrational alignment. So hope this was helpful for you, and I hope that your financial life transforms, that you don't ever have to watch this kind of video ever again, and that only large sums of money are flowing into your life in abundance and prosperity, because abundance is your birthright.